What's going on? This is your boy Rock. Get ready for episode number 2. Is procrastination real? Sit back, turn your volume up, and get ready to go with the flow with Rock and O. What's going on? This is the flow with Rock and O.
We are real people
With real issues
who create solutions
and not more problems.
What's good, Rock?
What's going on,
The
man?
flow, baby.
We here.
Man,
How was your weekend?
bruh, I'm telling you, man, my life sucks. So nothing. No, I'm like, just Uber. Well, what I'm talking about, you know, I'm in the real estate now.
Right.
So,
You had the class all last
Bruh,
week. How was that?
Intense.
Back in
Intense,
school?
Intense on top of intense. So just trying to get this test done, man. We take it Monday. So
Okay.
everybody's been studying this week, man, cramming. So I'm excited about just stepping out here, man. I'm going into a great brokerage firm. So everybody, come on, shout out to black-owned businesses. Sanitra, man, she's been holding it down, right? She got we have 5 ladies, and I'm the only man. So they're awesome, man. They're great. They're everybody's hungry. So we're actually going there after we get done here, man. I'm going there to go study, man. So I'm excited, bro.
Cool. You know, I came back from Colorado this weekend.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
there
yeah.
Wednesday through Saturday visiting my mama.
Oh, mama.
My-
Oh, mama.
What is that supposed to mean? Why are you
I love your mama.
Oh, you love my mama, huh?
Because she's a
Yeah.
great person.
Yeah, how about you watch your freaking mouth, Orlando, okay? Before this becomes the flow with Rock and no O. You know, it's about my mama. Nah, man, but yeah,
Yeah.
mom's doing good, man. You know, I get it all from her. So, but you know, she missed Junior, so we got to go down there and just and chill, hang for a couple of days. So it was real good.
Yeah, father and son time. I seen you on the plane. That's dope.
First time on the plane, he was loving it,
For real?
loving it. Yeah,
He had a window seat?
yeah. I let him sit in the
Okay.
window on the way up, and then that's once it got in the flight, I put it in the middle because you know we need that space, brother.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to this dude, big dude, who already had the armrest. He had the armrest on lock, like.
I was about to say, did y'all battle for it?
Like he would no, there was no battle, and he was like, "I got these. You better put little man back in the middle if you want your own over there." But everybody was cool, man. Like I said, I was a little nervous because taking the 2-year-old by myself on a plane, and you know how Junior is already.
Sure.
So, but he like I said, he loved it. Ears didn't pop, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because get this, so everybody was like, okay, his ears gonna pop, so you gotta give him some gum. You gotta chew some gum, right? I'm like, all right, cool. We'll chew some gum. Tell me why. I gave him the gum. I said, you need to chew this. And I tried to give him to him, you know, right when it was going up and coming down. I was like, you got to chew this, right? He was like, okay. Gave it to him. I go to check on him, like, oh, as we're going up, like, did your ears pop? And he was like, mm-mm. I said, where'd the gum go? Oh, I ate it. I said, Junior, you're supposed to chew it. I know, I did. I ate it. And he looked, you know what they used to tell us back in the day about gum? Like, oh, now it's going to be in your stomach for 7 years to digest.
Shut up.
Knowing that ain't true, but that's the first thing I thought of. Like, oh, God, now it's going to be in his stomach. Like the watermelon seed in
And the
Rugrats.
watermelon
When it
seed,
grew.
no, the watermelon seed, you just like, oh my God,
no.
it's gonna blow up in my stomach.
Yeah.
Nah, man, but kids are amazing, man. I have to take this, man, off the top. I really do, man, admire how you and Junior, man, you really take that time out with you and Junior, man.
I appreciate it.
And I do my thing, man, but ultimately, man, you set that tone, Rock, for real, like spending son and father time. Like, I think that's awesome, man. Like, even how y'all dress up as characters, and like I see you on Snapchat. I just want to throw that out, man, while we're here. I really admire that. Because it'd be like, dang, like, I really need to do more with my son. I do, but Junior's like, you know what I'm saying? He's a loner. So he just kind of does his,
But you got, and you
what
got
I'm saying,
other
like,
kids-
he
you got-
does his thing. Like, he
Yeah.
loves just doing his own thing
Right,
versus,
right.
like, Junior, man, he's just super excited and just amped in, you know.
Right.
So.
And the ages are different, and you got more kids on top of that, so you
Sure,
got other shit to attention. But no, man, like I said, you know me, not knowing my father, so and that'll be another episode down the line we'll get ready to talk about. But that was important to me. Like I prayed, I said, God, I want that boy. You got to give me a boy, at least first. I need a boy first, and I'm learning so much through raising him about myself. Like be Ryan Jr. for a reason. You know, we got the hair the same for a reason because I'm just like, God is teaching me so much about myself through the interaction with him. Like I said, we'll do that for another episode. But today we are talking about
is procrastination real?
Okay.
And even with you, procrastinating, you're talking about, you know, another episode about getting on that thing about with your dad.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep. I don't want to procrastinate about that. I need to get the answers now.
Right.
And so again, today we're going to be talking about our purposes. Our purpose. If you know you have that business, if you know that you have that dream, period. we always talk about businesses because we're entrepreneurs and we're on our venture now. But some people just they have other dreams. I don't know what those dreams are, but they have them. And so, how does procrastination play a big part in those things? And I see with our race, it's real. Like we procrastinate quite a bit, but the question is it real though? And so I guess I'm asking, Rob, what do you think, man? I ain't gonna talk, man, the whole time. What do you think procrastination means to you?
Procrastination to me is just not doing what I need to do in the moment it needs to get done. Especially if there's time, like if there's a deadline and okay, I got the time to do it and finish it today, but it ain't due for 2 weeks. We used to do that with bills. Like, okay, well the bill is 120, but if I put just 50 on it, I got 9 more days. I saw a Facebook video about that the other day. But procrastination to me is basically just not taking care of business in the manner of time it needs to be done, or just holding off.
I looked up the definition.
Yeah, I already had that ready after you did your definition. Of
oh, yeah, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
thought you was going to give yours, and I was going to come back with So thanks. Go ahead.
Well, the definition is delay or postpone action, put off doing something. I think you gave a great. Oh, you got to put them. Yeah. I said.
The definition of procrastination is the action of delaying or postponing something. Go ahead, Orlando.
No, man, and it says it all. It just says it. You postpone. You say that you're going to do a thing. Even with this podcast, we've been saying that we've been wanting to do this thing, and we actually are doing it. That's why even when we talk about when we're going to come together, it's like I feel some type of way, and I know you'd be like, man, it's cool.
Well,
because
we're our
worst critic.
You know what I'm saying? There's times when things happen in your life that stop you from doing what you're supposed to do, and then there's actual times where you ain't doing nothing and you're just procrastinating because you don't want to get the task done.
But I think, though, with that, we talk about is procrastination real? Why? Let me ask this question. Why do we resort to it so fast? Like last night with you. Not to say you procrastinated because you did. You just lazy.
Talking about going out with me, bro. No, I'm not going to lie. I was helping my pastor move, Orlando.
You did, and that was quite a bit.
All day long. I voted. That took a lot out of me today. Or yesterday.
Sure.
Did you vote yesterday? Yeah,
I did, actually.
You did. I saw your
voted.
sticker. No, we're not even going to go there. What was the question again?
But you said, oh, Lord, come on. I said that why do we resort to procrastination? So, like, why do we procrastinate so fast? Like, man, I did say I wanted to get that, but
because I think because for one, it's the easy thing to do. I mean, it's that easy button. Like, oh well, if I ain't got to do it right now, then I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Especially if the way we take how we feel in, and I don't feel like doing it, but like you said last night, I was on it all day. Like, what time you getting out? Okay, I'm gonna get out at 8. Yep, I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be out there. And I knew as I was driving at 5:30, like I ain't gonna make it. It ain't gonna happen. It's raining, and then it started raining. I was like, oh, it's raining now too. So I was just giving
foggy
every giving every reason to not do it, but because it's the easy thing to do. We procrastinate because we got time to finish it.
Of course.
But if we would only do it in that moment, how much better would it be than waiting till the last minute to do it?
Wow.
And I say that stuff I say that to me all the time. I'm like, man, people be like, you did great work. Oh, Ryan, that's great. You did good. That design was dope. This was dope. That song was dope. But I didn't really, and me knowing like, okay, cool. If y'all thought it was that dope and I procrastinated to get it done, how much doper would it have been if I did it when I had time and then be able to go back and digest that thing and look at it like, okay, well, I could do this, I could do that. So that's tough.
I think you just said it all. Like if you were able to give your all, and I say procrastination, how I believe that we resort to it so fast. It's like you said, it's easy, but it's us knowing that it's like we trick ourselves to thinking that, oh man, I have time. Like for me, I trick myself. I could trick myself. Like justify. Like, oh man, I got till Friday. But I know if I wait until Thursday night, like for me with this real estate thing, like I have been procrastinating to study the way I know I need to. Oh, but here comes Monday, and let me just flip through real quick and let me just try to mint. Like, no, if you would have just taken the time out when they said this week, make sure you're reading they said at least 20 pages a day. Mm-hmm. And if you do that, you'll be through the whole book and just constantly going. And now, come Monday, because what is it? Today's Wednesday?
Yeah.
Man, me and Dion, we're cramming because we didn't take the time out. But I think a lot of times, too, and just to kind of shift it a little bit, I think we lose sight of, like you said, the song. Like, dude, do you know if you put the time in that you need to, this is going to be an amazing end, an amazing song. But why do we not think about that? Like, why do we allow procrastination to be principle or like number one over the end goal. Like,
Right.
if you procrastinate, you're not going to give out the best material in your music. If you procrastinate, you more than likely are going to pay because the test is $90.
Right.
If you don't pass, that's another $90. If you don't pass, that's another $90. If you don't pass, that's another $90.
And what I say, you can keep on taking as much as you want.
And they tell us, yep, come on back. We'll take your money. So I'm saying, why is it that a lot of times with us procrastinating, why is it that we don't look at the end goal as dominance and we say, I have to do it because of that dominance?
And I was
like,
gonna
why
say,
do we not look at it like
and that's what I was
that?
going to say, that sometimes we don't keep that goal as the forefront thing in our mind. Like, we got the goal up there. We know what the goal is, but in the moment, is the goal worth how I'm feeling? And that's all it comes down to, how I'm feeling in the moment. That's why we procrastinate, because we don't feel like doing what we need to do. And I always say, don't fall victim to in the moment situations, because in that moment, you go that one decision you can make could change the whole outcome of whatever you're trying to get done, depending on what the situation is.
Sure.
But like you said, I'm a visual person. I know you are too. That's what, me and Gabrielle making our vision board, and I got these little I got the whiteboard up. I got to see it in front of me. I got to put it somewhere. Everywhere I walk, everywhere I go, I'm like, okay, I got to get that done. I got to get that done. I got to do this. I got to do that, and to keep it in the forefront of our minds. And for some, it's easier, than others. But I think that's our problem. We don't keep that goal centered all the time to say, okay, especially in those moments when you want to procrastinate.
So let me ask this, and it's crazy how you just shifted to that. So how important is it to discipline ourselves when it comes to setting goals? Like we saying, we don't want. It's almost like procrastination can be like a cancer or a disease. Like, so the procrastination doesn't slip in. How important is it for you to keep? You said that board up on there that says this is what you're supposed to do. Like, how important is that? And for the people that don't do it, do you think that they can just continue on without that? Like, I know you said we're visual learners, but I feel like everybody really, because think about it, I don't know if you did when you were in school. In school, we had our agendas, and we had to write down, and they were really training us. We were writing down how much homework, and we had to take it home to our parents to sign it.
Yeah.
So that they seen that we had homework, we had this, we had that, and we did it. And so I'm going to sign off on it. Now, let me see it, Orlando. And that helped us. I thought about it the other day when I seen Zaria. I was like, I need an agenda so that I say that at the end of the night, did I do this? Did I do this? And I have to sign off on it and be honest to myself. And I think that's what helps. But how important do you think that discipline with you writing on the board? Like, do you have to really discipline yourself? Like,
oh, definitely,
almost trick
because
yourself,
because at the end of the week or the end of the day, and you look and say, okay, did I do everything? Like, you see, I have it up there. I Uber whatever I want to do that week. Okay, I'm gonna do it Monday through Thursday from this time to this time, and then I'll come back and I'll make a check mark underneath it. I need to do it today. So at the end of the week, if I didn't do it Tuesday, but I did it Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I got to look at Tuesday like, dang, so what happened Tuesday? What stopped me? Was it me? Was it a situation? Like, that's my reflection for the week. Looking at that same board, okay, I had all this down on my to-do list. I had this down on my weekly schedule. If I got to it, great. If I didn't do it, why didn't I? And if it was procrastination or if it was something else, that shouldn't have stopped me from doing it. Now I got to self-examine. I got to self-examine myself and say, okay, I can't let that happen next week because I got a goal. I got my GPS on, and I'm trying to go a certain direction, and I want to get there in a certain amount of time. Every traffic and these detours are is my procrastination. In my mind sight as far as that GPS analogy. So it's like you got to be disciplined to do it. I'll stop there to say this. It just depends on how bad you want that thing. I know I said it last time, but how bad do you want your goal? Because if you want it bad, if you want it more than you like we say, like ET said, if you want it more than you want to eat, more than you want to sleep, if you thinking about that thing all day long, procrastination ain't gonna slip in. But it goes back to how bad do you want your goal?
And that's where I wanted this to end. Is that at the end of the day, procrastination can't be real. The question was, is procrastination real? No, it's not. Because if you want something bad enough, what I'm saying is that, yes, you can slip into, but to know that it's really not real. I hate to say it like this, it's kind of funny. It's like my pastor said, it's like you passing gas. If I pass gas right now here in this podcast, did you fart? Yes, I farted. So like if I did that, would you want to just stay around the front? No, you would get up and move. And so that's the thing with procrastination. You got to get up and move.
Yeah.
Stop sitting there. Get out of it. It's like, it literally is like a little smelly smell, like a smelly cloud. No, get off of that bed. You're not tired. You know what I noticed about even like me this morning? I seen your text me, wake up. You know, like, I don't know if that's you. I used to, back in the day when I worked at the prison, because I was, like, super scared because I didn't want to, like, lose the job. I used to set my alarm, like, by my TV, like where your dresser is now, just so that I would have to get up to shut it off. And it was so loud.
Hey, don't let the people know how my room is set up. I was gonna say that, but don't let people know how my room is set up.
Dude,
That's what
so
me and the
what
magic happens. You know what I'm saying? And everybody know my clock is by my dresser now.
Anyway,
No,
so
I
I
hear
would
you, though.
set it afar,
Right.
so that I could. What I realized is that when you get up and move, you're moving.
Yeah.
So it's like
Once I'm up, I'm up.
You're up. So I'm saying, like, that's where I feel like we have to get, like, just move. Come on, Nike, just do it. Procrastination isn't. I want to get a shirt. Procrastination isn't real. It's only in our minds.
But the only reason why I have to stop you and say I think it is real, because you have to look at the definition of it.
Okay.
And it says the action of delaying or postponing something. That's procrastination. Sure. So I get what you're saying, but technically it is real, because if you're delaying or postponing something or finishing something that needs to be done, you're procrastinating.
Sure.
But on the mindset of it, I do agree with you. You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta shake it. It's literally like we seeing. If I knew that they told me that I won the lottery for $64 million and I had to come pick it up in Miami, Florida by Friday.
I will find a way to get to that money.
Right?
But
Like,
if I got to walk,
if they're
if
like,
I got to
well,
run.
well, how'd you say I won $60 million? I don't have any money. I don't know if I can take a car. I will ride a bike so far, and then I will almost like hitchhike. What I'm saying is, in that, where is procrastination? Nowhere. There is no
There's no
stopping me.
excuse.
I am going to run. I am going to call all my family members. I am going to raise offerings in church. I'm gonna.
Pastor, can we have a service this week? I got $64 million in Miami. All I
Look,
need is 200. Look,
I'm
I'll
gonna-
take the bus.
I'm gonna make as many deals, and so that's where I say procrastination, man. It is a choice. I won't say. I say almost. Let's flip it. Is procrastination? It will still keep it there. I think it's. I'm not even gonna say anything else. It is a choice.
No, it is a choice, yeah.
Procrastination is a choice. I choose to procrastinate today. I could edit the video. I could go through it or whatever. But you know what? I don't want to do that today. We have until next Monday, and that's what I mean about. I think a lot of times we have to discipline ourselves to almost trick ourselves. This video has to be edited by tomorrow.
Give
Not
yourself
by
a
Monday.
deadline. Yeah, you got to give yourself a deadline.
Yeah, realistic one. So I mean, this subject I really love it, man, because I know that I dwell in this place at times, and I need to stop because it's not healthy. Like, I'm not gonna get further, and then don't let it be that we say that we want something really bad. You want it bad, like I can't even front. When I was in the class for the real estate class, like I was definitely lacking. What was I doing, bro? I was getting off from class, stamping it till almost 1 or 2 in the morning, watching movies or whatever on my phone, knowing I had to get up at 6 to only be there by 8, and then pay attention, take notes. It was lacking. I mean, I got it done, but my thing is, like, I knew I could have gave a little bit more effort to getting to bed on time, looking over that book, and it's so easy to slip into procrastinating about things.
And what kills me about procrastination, especially when you self-reflect and look back on things, like, dang, if I would have just took that time, all it took was a year. If I would have just stuck to it for a year, but now it's been 5 years, and I'm still trying to do the same thing that it should have only took me a year. I go back to that GPS, to the GPS, especially when we do Uber and Lyft. The GPS can take you all over. You're going to always have your end goal. Did you turn your GPS on? You put an address where you want to go. That end address is always going to be there, but it depends on which ways you turn and take as to how long it's going to get you to take you to get to that end goal. And that's what I always just think about. Like, dang, this should only took 2 days, but it took 3 weeks.
3 weeks
because I procrastinated. This should only took 2 months, but it took a year because I procrastinated. So and that's always tough when you look back on it. So that's been my mindset going forward for everything. Like, man, I don't want to have to look back again and be like, dang, I could have already had that done if I would have just let me put some disciplines in now so I can reap the benefits later.
That's it. That's benediction on us. Let me say it again.
Let me put some disciplines in now so I can reap the benefits later.
And to know this is where we get caught up. Again, to know that what if the harvest doesn't come for 2 to 3 years? What if it doesn't come for 4 to 5 years? But to know I'm disciplining myself now.
Right. So I don't have to come in 10 or 20.
Gosh.
we look at time, man, and the way we look at time is crazy. And you have to think about it. Just like I'm thinking back to okay, now I got Junior. He's 2 years old.
Sure.
But you just look back like, man, I'm sorry, I was supposed to be a radiology. Coming out of high school, I was taking courses to be a radiology technician. Had the plug with the guy who was over the program. He was going to get me in. All I had to do was these prerequisites. But at the time, I mean, young, still feeling out life, but I was like, oh, I got a good job. I'm making this much money. I got this, I got that. Like, I wasn't worried about all that because I was like, oh, I'm going to do this instead. I'll come back to that. And now when I just look back on it, I see him when I went to Colorado, and I'm like, man, if I would have just stuck to it back then.
Stuck, boy.
Where would I be at now? Not saying now is, I'm not happy with where I'm at, but you just always think about the things like that. Like, if I would have just stuck to that and put the disciplines in, where would it be now 10 years later?
Yeah. I think, again, I get excited about this topic, man, procrastination. What do you feel, Rock, how do you feel like your purpose? I know you got a lot of things going on. What are you going to do today to get closer? What's just tell the fans one thing that you're determined to do, like something that you're lacking on, and in the lane of procrastinating, like what do you feel like you've done? Like, man, I be sleeping way too much, or man, I be on my phone on Facebook way too much, or I just find myself watching TV way too much, or I just find myself playing with, and not to say it's wrong, but playing with Junior and just kind of winging that off. Look, like, what do you think you do that you want to better today?
One of the things I do, I think I want to better today is I think just wasting time, really. I've just been so more disciplined on trying to every hour, like every hour in the day, I'm making sure it's accounted for. I'm only sleeping when I need to sleep. It ain't no laying down, resting my body, because that's what, and I'll put it there before I went on this new way of how I'm living my life and schedule and everything. Okay. That was always my issue. Like, man, I'm tired. Let me just lay down. Let me just rest for a second. And then you find yourself you just laying there, sitting there, scrolling on the phone, ain't looking at nothing. Scrolling, man, isn't a disease. Scrolling is a disease.
Say it again.
It's crazy. And when you catch yourself like, dang, I've just been
scrolling for a minute.
And what are you not looking for nothing?
Nope.
Just looking for something to catch your eye. Not even now. Like, you just get stuck scrolling. And I know it. I've heard about it before. People calling it a diagnosis. I'm going to look it up, see what it is. But I would have to say, yeah, man, just wasting hours in the day that could have been put towards something. I'm talking about you spend 2 hours just sitting, watching TV, and watching the same thing. Because I watch the same stuff over. I watch The Office. To any of my Office fans out there,
guilty as charged.
I watch The Office all day long if I could. Like, wow. I love that show. But you'd be like, Gabrielle be like, how you laughing at that? You didn't watch it 14,000 times?
You and Adrian are twins.
Bro, I love that show.
I hate it. She watches movies over and over again.
The same ones, yeah.
Literally.
So that's why every time I turned it on, like, if it ain't just background noise for me to be doing something else, like,
sure,
turn it off. Mm-hmm. That time, don't even turn the TV on anymore. But I would have to say that was my procrastination, just wasting good hours in the day where I could be putting that towards my goals or something. My goals, my family, just having that, hey, these 4 hours going to be for this. These next 8 hours going to be for this. You know what I'm saying? You get people that are like, oh, well, you need to rest. Come down. You rest when you sleep, bruh. When your body is sleeping, that's when it rests.
That's what 50 Cent said. And it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, though. I think me and yours are kind of close. I got to be honest, man. Mine is honestly Facebook. Mm-hmm. I got to be honest with my whole life. Facebook and Snapchat. I find myself on there, and even Adrian just told me, she was like, why are you always on Facebook and Snapchat so much? And I'm just like, I got to be honest, it's entertaining to me, like, to see different ones acting a fool or whatever stories that you see or news feed. So I know that that's something, and I remember my boy, shout out to Michael Davis, but Michael Abdul-Patin. He said, Orlando, when you're scrolling up Facebook, you're reading posts, right? And I'm like, yeah. So why couldn't you just read a book? He's like, when you're watching Snapchat, you're watching different filters. Why couldn't you be watching a YouTube video of like something that's geared towards where you're trying to go? And I'm like, never thought about it like that. He was like, dude, you know how many different Facebook, you know what I'm saying, whatever friends or like different things that you could get on that'll push you, you know what I'm saying, like people that edit videos, like you could be looking at stuff on Facebook as well as Snapchat or whatever. So it's just, I think, again, going back to eliminating the excuse. And for me, I said it, Rock, and I just need to do it, bro. I need to just take Facebook off of my phone. Take Facebook and Snapchat off of my phone and eliminate that distraction. Not to say deactivate my account, but just eliminating that distraction and getting closer to what it is. Almost like eliminating everything so that you focus on what you need to focus on.
Eliminating the distraction and just, like you said, disciplining yourself. That's all it is. Because what I'm getting ready to do too, you just reminded me. I'm going to put on my TV a piece of paper up there that says between this time and this time. If you're watching TV, like you said, it needs to be something that's towards productive. That's what I've been doing now. Like, okay, I'm gonna spend 2 hours. If I'm sitting here and it's like, okay, this is still doing my work time. I want to watch TV. Okay, let me watch. I edit, like you said, an editing video. Let me watch. I just watched the other day about selling product on Amazon, which I'm getting ready to do.
Yeah, you were telling me.
And I'll pull you in on that too. Watching that, and it's just like,
let me watch something.
There's so much
productive.
opportunity out here.
Oh,
there's so many people that are telling you how to do it to where you ain't even got to go to school.
Not at all.
YouTube is school. It's basically what it
Not
is.
at all.
For those who are using it as that tool. But yeah, man, it's the disciplines.
Yeah.
The disciplines.
We have to discipline ourselves. And when we do that, I think you said it, man, the harvest is coming. And sooner than later. But we have to eliminate procrastination. We have to make it a point when we feel that thing arising. And I know I feel my procrastination. When I feel that thing arising, when they told me in class, you guys go home and study what we learned today. I felt procrastination. Like, I want to open up this book.
Right, I've been in here all day. I don't want brain overload.
Right? Stop. Come on, Theo off of the Huxtables. When he said, you're just scared that green ooze is going to come out of your ears.
Right.
Like, no, you're going to do something. There is something that's going to happen. It's called being great. I look at it, when we push ourselves past procrastination, it's like, and I know you play ball, like when we were in tryouts, I felt that I was going to die sometimes when Coach Hogan would be like, run, push, separator. And we would have to get it done in so much time. And we would think it was impossible to get that separator done in the time frame that he gave us. But I don't know if you've ever had it, that second wind.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you this, though. I didn't officially play like high school ball and nothing like that, just to put it out there because I don't want to be, because the bros trying to call you and like, he ain't playing no basketball. I like watched it.
Right.
I did try out. But no, I ran track. I ran track. And,
yeah,
we did sports, so.
That's just as deep.
But yeah, that second win, man. Just a side note, when we're talking about track, the thing I used to do to get my second win, you're going to crack up when you hear this, running track, I used to run an 800, so you got 2 laps.
Yeah.
When that second time would come around, boy, and I'm ready to give up, this is what I used to tell myself. Hilarious. I used to tell myself, imagine that Jesus is letting you into heaven. And if you don't get there before these other people, you're going to go to hell. Like you used to do. Flash.
What is wrong with you?
Bruh, church boy to the day I die. Like that used to be like, I was like, I need something that's going to push me the extra mile. Obviously, it didn't push me that much because I didn't.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Like at the end of the day, I guess I got second in hell.
Bruh, but I'm always at one. Like nowadays when I do stuff like Junior be my. All right, you got to get there. If Junior's on the end of the cliff, are you going to get there in time? Probably not with these broke Achilles. So I love you, son.
Right.
But no, man, I'm sorry.
No. What do you mean, dog? That's what we do. We flow.
The flow.
I know what you said about that 800, bro. I really did think we was going to die. And when that second wind hit, it was like, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? But it was coach trying to push us to that level. Like we see NBA players and college basketball players. Like even last night with Zion, like you would think, dude, don't you get tired? No, he's trained himself. He's disciplined himself.
You don't get tired doing what you do. Doing what you love to do.
When you love it though.
Yeah.
Watch this. Do you really? That's what I understand about God. He always tests us. Like, do you really love this, Ryan? Do you really want this?
Really love your
I don't know that song.
job.
Oh, there we go. I got the remix. Okay.
Do you really love you?
It's not a job. It's my work. I work. That guitar works. That microphone works. That computer works. This is how I work.
Where you get that from?
Hashtag. I made that up. That was from the Holy Spirit.
Did you?
Hey, nope.
See,
Hey, when you was waiting
like,
for it
that
too.
was good. I'm gonna use that Sunday.
Another great show, man.
Yeah,
Is
dog.
procrastination real? We found out today it is not. As long as we discipline ourselves and we stick to it. Don't veer away from it. Don't detour away from it. Stick to it. Procrastination has no power in your life, man. So I'm excited about
Lift your hands right now and say procrastination
procrastination.
Will not take over this nation, which is my body,
it's the temple.
my temple. Well, I was gonna say that next.
It's
Orlando.
okay. All right.
That's why you supposed to
Read your Bible. I'm not veering away from it. I know it from beginning to end.
Okay, well, give us a couple of scriptures. Give me one scripture from
In
each
the
book
beginning.
real quick.
In the beginning.
Okay, what is
God
that?
created.
I need the chapter, the book.
Genesis 1.
Okay. Exodus
Exodus 1.
Well, we thank you for listening today to the. No, man. Like I said, procrastination no longer with us. Discipline yourself. Make a plan.
Get it done.
And get it done.
Get
and
it
if
done.
you feel like you're procrastinating, stand up, call it out, and get it done.
Get it done, man.
So we thank y'all for listening to us, man, here at The Flow with Rock and O.
Yeah.
Check us out on Facebook and Instagram at THEFLOKC. That is at The Flow KC. Until next time, we out. This is The Flow.